Hey there, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Um, it's been a while since I did a last vlog. Um, I'm actually working on a kind of like a duplicate of this blanket here. It's a corner to corner Bear Pride blanket. So this is gonna be kind of like I guess a smaller version of it. So um, I have some materials here left, so I might as well just make another one, a smaller one. And I hope I have enough yarn for it, because I got this yarn over Temu, and it was cheap, and it's workable. I do like it. The yarn is pretty soft, and but I started this a few days ago, I guess, and what's been going on since last? Well, that blanket there took I guess several weeks. It actually covered this whole sofa. So I was just thinking about my trip to. Hold on for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I had decided to cancel my trip to Manchester for the Bear Bash. I needed to concentrate on myself, which is working out more, trying to stop the drinking with the wine. It was it got out of control, to be quite honest, and just not yesterday, but that night before, I had a couple bottles of wine, and it got me yesterday in a way that I was kind of scared, because I was unstable. I was being clumsy all over the place, and I just couldn't mind myself. So I just mainly sat down most of the time. So and then after I had a bite to eat, which I didn't really have much to eat yesterday, I then checked my glucose on the monitor, and it was 13.5, and that's a step high from normal. And I just wanted to bring it down by working out, but I couldn't, because I was unbalanced. I couldn't balance myself, walking around without holding chairs and tables and the walls. So that was pretty scary. So I backed off that a bit, and so I am a little disappointed, because I really wanted to go, but I think I kind of made the right choice of trying to concentrate on myself. to do things more in a positive way, I guess. So, I do have a friend coming over from, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's NAAS, NAS, Ireland. So he's coming over on Monday for lunch. So it'll be a first time meet, so that would be nice. Um, he's been trying to stay in touch with me today. He wanted to know everything that's going to go on Monday. I says your best bet is to just wait until Monday comes, Monday morning, and when you leave to come to Derry, you could be able to contact me, and then we could be able to set up a time or whatever and see what we could be able to do, because we're going to be going over to the sandwich company and maybe get a toastie or something like that and a cup of tea. But the funny thing is that I've been I'm on TikTok, and I've been getting a lot of feeds, and every time I flick through, they're talking about the Americans coming over to Northern Ireland, and some say north of Ireland, some say Northern Ireland. It's like, get a grip, it's like, either way is fine. I was brought up to say Northern Ireland. So, and I've always called it Northern Ireland rather than north of Ireland. So, even though that they're both the same thing, but they're making a big deal out of it. And when the Americans, they would make videos, and they had bad experiences in Belfast, and they went to some bars, and they said, "Oh, we see that you're an American. Who did you vote for?" And they didn't really want to talk about it. And I saw a video of a woman saying that if you support Kamala Harris, you'll end up seeing it. But if you are a Republican and you support Trump, they say, "Oh well, I don't want to get involved. We're just here to have a few drinks. Enjoy our trip." And she's right. She says that's the way it will be. If you're a Trump supporter or a Republican, they don't want to talk about it. And and if there are a Democrat, they'll be all for it. And talk about it. And what I had noticed about Belfast is that they kind of, because I'm living in Derry, and I went to visit supposed to be a friend, but he thought we were partners, which really wasn't discussed. And the taxi driver, he was telling the taxi driver, "Oh well, he came from Derry," and the taxi driver, he says Londonderry, and I just didn't really want to get involved with that. It's just like they're so mean down there, and that's what I have noticed. So I'm glad that I'm not hanging out with that guy anymore. because he really thought that we were together and we weren't. And it was kind of like his neighbor, which they were kind of, you would think that they were a wife and husband, a couple, and she came back to me saying how much of a cunt I was of using him and all that kind of stuff, and she doesn't know anything about it. I mean, they call each other cunts all the time. And I said, you may call each other cunts, but other people wouldn't appreciate that. So I just cut ties with them, which was a really good idea. So yeah, so I was just kind of like weird, wondering about this. Why does people in Belfast they call Derry Londonderry when it's really Derry? It's they kind of class Londonderry because it's part of the UK. Well, so is Belfast. So I don't know why they think that way. Maybe because of the Troubles or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure that the Troubles were down in Belfast as well. Yeah, but I was brought up knowing the stories here in Derry. So, but anyways, I but that I've yeah, so I'm kind of like really I'm excited for this friend to be coming over on Monday, and I told him if he wanted to stay over he can, but I don't think that I think he needed to get back down to Nass. I think I'm saying that right. And but yeah, it'll be nice. Maybe he'll come back up again for a weekend or something like that. But I'm not going to jump in any relationships right now. Although I thinking there is a friend of mine, he lives in Toronto, and he says, I have good news for you. I says, what's that? And he says, I'm gathering up some information about coming out to see you in May. And I just thought this was awesome. Because he's a really nice guy, and we're always chatting on Facebook. And I says, deal with what you need to do. Hold on for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I says, do what you need to do first, and then give me the dates that you're planning on coming, because I asked him how long you want to stay for. He says the most you can stay is about a month. I was like, well, if you want to stay for a month, that's fine. So he seems to be really into me, and I do like him. I just want to take it easy and take it really slow. And I like to be able to show him around here, because I think that he'll like it here. Not that he's going to be moving over here or anything like that. I don't know if he will, but I can move back out that way because I'll lose all the benefits here. Unless they're going to give me benefits in Toronto. Yeah, because I got what they call PIP here, which is a personal independent payment. I get some help through housing, and I get 2 incomes from the United States. One is for myself, and the other one is my husband's pension. So he passed away, so I'm still getting his pension. So I don't know if this is a long lifetime or if it's going to eventually stop. And but so far it's really I am getting the 2 payments, so I live pretty comfortably here. So and I got all this stuff here. I would hate to sell everything and start over again. And what I also had started, I should have brought the bag out here before I even filmed. Started recording. Which is a Coraline tote bag. And I still need to put fabrics inside of it so it doesn't go through the holes of my the tote bag. So I gotta do all the measurements, for the fabric and then sew them in on the machine. So I'm glad that that's finished. I just have to put the fabrics in. And I also want to start doing making little projects on the sewing machine. Because I have a lot of material, a lot of the fabrics. And just like last week, I made a sort of like a compact bag or something, where you could put your makeup or stuff like that. Little bits and bobs in it. So, and I want to be able to sell them. But if they're looking for something from the United States, let's say, it's gonna cost, I guess it's gonna cost me more to send out than the actual bag, if that makes any sense. Unless I just put for, you have to pay for the shipping as well. I'm not going to be paying for the shipping. I'm actually trying to sell my stuff. I have quite a few blankets here that I have made, and it's already on Etsy, the Etsy shop, and like for example, this blanket here, they the bears, they've been asking about it and says, yeah, I would like to have that. So I said, well, why don't you message me, and then we'll discuss about it. At that time, I didn't have it posted on Etsy quite yet. And then another one wanted the blanket. So I just ended up posted it on Etsy shop, and I sent out a message. I made a post for those who are looking for the Bear Pride blanket. It's on Etsy shop. Here's the web. Here's the link. First come, first serve. And that's just it. But no one really came forth, so they obviously wasn't really interested. That's my thinking. And I'm not selling myself short. I mean, blankets aren't cheap. The yarn itself is expensive, and people don't realize that. So, if I was actually going to pay, or if I was to do a commission and the labor work and everything, this, like, I have this blanket for how much did I put it up for? I think it was 125 pounds sterling. And if I did the commission and the labor work, it would be much, much more than that. People don't realize, how much work you have to put into it until they see the price. I just think that's kind of ridiculous. And it's like, why would you want to sell yourself short? So, I also have a vintage shop, but that's, the main shop is over at Etsy. And, vintage is kind of like one of those things, I've had it for a while. I'm giving it away for something cheap, or if stuff hasn't really been selling. So what I do sometimes is that when someone orders something, I have like a bag full of little knickknacks, like mobile bags and stuff like that. I may throw something in there or something like that, to the customer. So I just think, just to bring the bag down, all the knickknacks, so I could add more stuff on it. So but yeah, it's just I'm just taking it day by day. I am still working out. I'm really trying to lose this belly, but a lot of bears, they love my belly for some reason. I guess because they're bears, and bears love that stuff, and but I have to do it on health terms because I'm a diabetic, and it's so when I checked my glucose yesterday and was 13.5, I just kind of got scared, so I gotta really look over my health plan and try to think of more health stuff. I do watch a lot of that, The Biggest Loser, and I have a book here, and there's a nice recipe with mushrooms, and you throw some cream in there, some spices, and it was really nice. I like it. It's healthy as well. But I started this new program which is called the Jim Stoppani Shortcut to Size. So I think it's like he got 3 phases. The first phase is like the first week is you go 15 reps. The next week is 12. The next is 10, I think. the next is 8 or 5 or something like that, and that's it. Then you go to phase 2. So I kind of like did the program before, but I didn't finish it. So I want to make sure that I do this right. I don't know much about the drop sets and the rest pause, because he didn't mention about rest pause. So, but right now I'm just focusing on the workouts without the rest pause. You know, and dropping the weight and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just focusing on just the workouts itself. You know, so I was gonna wait until Monday, and since I was feeling a little better today than yesterday, I did one of the workouts today, which was a shoulders workout, and then that's me until Monday, and then I'll start up the program. You know, so then I gotta make sure that I stay away from the wine, you know, because I think that's part of the reason why I'm not losing any of the weight. Well, yeah. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, for each color I'm doing 10 rows. I'm on the 10th row, and then I'll change on to the beige color. So I can't believe it was really beautiful out earlier. I'm looking outside and all the clouds are clouding over, and it looks like it's gonna rain. Actually, it is raining. Looks like kind of like a mist of rain or something. I don't see actual raindrops. So it's most likely kind of like a mist. So I should have walked today. Took a little walk when it was really nice out. But I had the slow cooker on. I don't like leaving the slow cooker on when I'm not here. You know, because something may happen. So I just stick around until it's ready. So where's my scissors? Can't find my scissors. Oh, there they are. Yeah, so what was I saying? I want to focus on my health. So now, get on the beige. I guess it's left over here, so I'm just going to use that first. But I actually took this out. This is another workout program, and I got it. Oh my god, I don't know when I got it from. I think it might have been like 5 years ago. Resistant interval plyometrics training. So this is more on the upper scale. I'll be out of breath, you know, out of the first little workout, even for the warm up. Because I did look at it, one of the videos, and they do the warm ups first. And I could just see it right now. I was like, oh, well, that's enough for me. So until I'm like in a better shape, I will be able to work on those programs. So not really sure what I want to do tonight. I might flip on a movie, or even watch The Strongest Man. I haven't watched The Strongest Man for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't watched the Strongest Man competition for a while. But there is a channel, I believe, that that only shows the Strongest Man competitions. There is a Ireland Strongest Man, and I think that's being taken place down. I think it's Belfast or Dublin. I wouldn't mind going there and checking it out. One of these days I will. So, but yeah, so that's everything that's been happening with me. So I am going to let you guys go. I'm just rambling on anything that comes into my head. So you guys take care, and it's the weekend, so enjoy your weekend.